begin their day by sliding exactly 108 wooden beads through their fingers during meditation. Millions more practice yoga, a discipline that uses precise physical geometry and breath control to align the body. It is easy to view the specific number 108, or the sound of Om, as simple religious artifacts. However, ancient Hindu texts describe these elements as rigid constants rather than symbolic choices. To the ancient sages, mathematics, linguistics, and biology were a single discipline. They developed these practices as a way to map the human body directly to the structure of the cosmos. We see this most clearly in the structure of Sanskrit itself. Ancient mathematicians used a system of verbal synonyms to represent numbers. A word meaning eye or hand stood for the number 2, while a word for fingernail indicated 20. This allowed scholars to embed complex numerical formulas directly into the hymns and verses of their sacred texts. Because every word carried a specific numerical weight, the spoken language functioned as a series of audible equations. In this system, 108 and the vibration of Om function as the specific values required to complete the relationship between biological life and the physical universe. This mapping begins with the chakras, concentrated energy centers within the body. The heart chakra is located at the exact center of the chest. Hindu texts define the heart chakra as the point where exactly 108 nadis, or energy lines, converge. These 108 pathways are described as biological channels that facilitate transformation and the movement of love energy. By mapping exactly 108 lines to the center of the chest, these texts define the specific geometric density required for the body to experience the states of joy and compassion. This logic scales outward to the human voice. The Sanskrit alphabet consists of a precise inventory of 54 letters. Each of these 54 letters possesses a feminine or Shakti quality and a masculine or Shiva quality. Multiply these 54 letters by their 2 energetic states, and you return to 108. This is why the practice of mantra japa requires chanting a sound exactly 108 times. Since human speech is constructed on this base 108 cycle, repeating a mantra 108 times is the act of completing a mathematical cycle. At the macro level, we find the syllable Om. Originally spelled A-U-M, it is defined as the foundational vibration of the universe, from which all other matter manifests. The letters A, U, and M represent 3 distinct conditions of human consciousness: the waking state, the dreaming state, and the state of deep sleep. They also map to the aspects of time, past, present, and future, and the forces of creation, preservation, and destruction. These cosmic trinities are documented in the 108 Upanishads, the ancient texts of wisdom. If the sound of Om is the acoustic signature of the universe, these 108 texts serve as the manual for understanding its structure. This model aligns 3 layers: the 108 heart energy lines, the 54 dual energy letters, and the 108 mala beads. Chanting Om while advancing the beads aligns the internal flow of nadis with the external repetition of the mantra. The system relies on the assumption that linguistic, biological, and cosmic structures share the same blueprint. These calculated actions are intended to mirror the human heart's energy with the cosmos's vibration, suggesting that the microscopic and macroscopic are identical. Ancient sages encoded the architecture of the universe into daily habits so that this knowledge of interconnectedness would survive for thousands of years. This brings the scale of the universe back to the quiet reality of an individual sitting in meditation. When you chant Om and count 108 beads, you execute the exact sequence that ancient traditions believe mirrors the internal architecture of both the human body and the universe.